Hi everyone, this is my third video for incubating, hatching, and raising lovebirds. Now this is for people who either the parents have rejected the eggs or they're just bad parents, or people like me who just want to have the experience of hatching your own lovebirds. It's not an easy process, and I know a lot of people who have experience in hatching chickens or ducks, they think it's the exact same thing, and it's really not. You're dealing with an egg that's about an inch long, so size definitely matters. Also, the temperature is slightly different, and the humidity is slightly different, and I suggest doing all the research you can before you even decide to hatch your own lovebird. So, the first thing is my incubator. I've discussed before. I have a styrofoam incubator. It's a forced air incubator, meaning there's a little element inside that heats up the eggs, and then there's a fan that keeps the eggs at that temperature at all times. Before you get the eggs, or before you put the eggs in the incubator, make sure that you prep your incubator 24 hours before and you leave it running so that the humidity is stable and as well as the temperature. After you put the eggs in, I suggest you put them in a small bowl with, well, not too small, but I don't know, a circumference about this big, and put in something so that when the eggs do hatch, they don't kind of slip and slide all over the place. Parrot eggs, or at least with lovebirds, they kind of tend to just stay either on their stomach or on their back, so there's not too much risk of spray leg until they can actually kind of get up on their own. But still, I like them to be comfortable after they hatch, so comfort matters as well. Once you put the eggs in, make sure that the incubator is at 99.5 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. No more, no less. Has to be in between there. That's it, because they can either dry out really, really quick, or they can get cold really, really quick. As for humidity, you want to keep it between 35 to 45% humidity. You could probably get away with 50 if it's a really dry room that they're in, or if it's a really hot day. You just want to make sure that they stay moist inside their eggs. You don't want them sticking to the walls. That could cause death inside the egg. It could also lead, if they're about to hatch, they would get stuck in the egg, and it makes it difficult for them to hatch out. Now, during the incubation period, start to finish, the eggs need to be rotated 2 to 5 times a day. I do it about 3 times, with 2 being the minimum. I do it once when I wake up in the morning, once in the afternoon, and then once right before I go to bed. You can do it as many times as you want, as long as it's below 5 and above 2. But the last 3 days before they hatch, you don't want to turn them, you don't want to move them, because that's when they start to pip into the little air sac that's in their egg, and you want them to stay in that position until they get out on their own. I think that's pretty much it. If you're having trouble keeping the humidity, spray the stuff that the eggs are on, whether it be paper towel or any kind of bedding. I use snake bedding for my duck eggs. Not that they're the same, but the bedding is really, really well. I wish I could remember what it's called. I'm not entirely sure. If you go to the pet store, they'll definitely give you whatever bedding it is that their snakes use. Yeah, just give it like a little squirt, and then it'll kind of bring the humidity up towards the eggs, and everything works out well. And that's pretty much it. Later on in my next video, I'm going to show you guys what the eggs look like so far in their development. One's 10 days old today, and the other one is between 11 and 12. The guy wasn't exactly sure when the hen started incubating the eggs, so it's anyone's guess right now, but that is judging by their development when I candle them. That's what it is right now. So next video, they're going to be candled. I'm going to show you what the air sac looks like, the veins, and then the chick itself if they decide that they want to go near the top of the egg. Okay, so that's it for now. Stay tuned for my next video, and if you haven't seen the other two, go onto my channel, take a look at them. There's some pretty decent stuff on there, and it also explains my incubator and how it's used. Okay, bye!